Today is a very exciting day. It is currently 2 p.m. on the 14th of November 2022. I am about to leave for Australia. Myself and my boyfriend are going to Australia on a working holiday visa. We have plans to be there for around a year, potentially longer, potentially less. We're going to Australia with a very open-ended plan, and today, right now, is the time that we are leaving. I feel such a mixture of emotions, but obviously saying goodbye is always so hard. Like, I find saying goodbye hard even when I'm just going away for like a week or two. This kind of goodbye is just so hard, to be honest. But yeah, it is time to leave. You always make me cry when you say goodbye. I'm gonna come back, stop saying that.
I'm coming back.
Don't make me upset. I will miss the dog a lot. I will miss the dog a lot. Shock horror, I've left and I forgot something. So I had the tearful goodbye and now I'm back. I'm also nicely getting a spot before I even board the plane. I forgot my Australian dollars because I never have cash. But I've sent my dad back in to grab them because I can't say goodbye to my mum again. I just can't. Like, that's why she's not coming to the airport. She did mention it in my last vlog. If you do want to see kind of what I got up to in my very last few days at home, that is already up. But she did just say that she just couldn't come to the airport, and it would make me so upset saying goodbye to her airport security. So yeah, my dad's just grabbing it. Just arrived at Heathrow. Here is Dad. Taxi driver of the day. I didn't actually vlog in the car other than that last clip, but we did stop in Leicester to just get some food. It took 4 hours pretty much door to door, which is what it is to Heathrow. Heathrow's a long way, but it was just the best for flight options. Like, usually I fly out of Manchester, but there was just nothing out of Manchester that really worked for us. Oh my god, it's so cold and I've got a jumper and a hoodie on, and I tried not to bring too many bulky items, so I'm like freezing right now. But we're flying from Terminal 2, it's nearly time to say goodbye. You don't care.
Just texting home to make sure
that Mum's okay.
Yeah.
Here we go, it's time. Terminal 2, the Queen's Terminal. This is where we arrived into when we landed in from Asia, which happened to be the day of the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. It's so warm in here, I'm going to be sweating. Guys, my dad just left and now I'm crying in the queue, which is not the vibes, but it's okay. It happens every single time. I'm sure the staff at Heathrow see it all the time. I forgot to film, but I did get this clip, which I'll insert as an overlay. Tom's just throwing the bags out. Oh, we're in the world's longest queue to drop off some bags. Literally the longest queue. We are through security. It did take a little while actually. Also, the airport is so quiet. Like, there's nobody around, but it's so busy. It's so weird. Like, we took so long to get through check-in and then through security, and then once we got through that, tell me where the people are. Like, where are all those people going?
we're here.
We're here, we're about to board. This flight is 13 hours to Singapore, which is so long. That's like one of the longest flights you can really do without stopping. And it feels long as well. I've done it before once. I actually slept for the majority of the flight the last time I did this flight, so I'm kind of hoping the same happens. But if it does, then it's gonna put me all wrong with jet lag, so I don't really know what I want to happen. But basically, we're boarding now. It did take us like 2 hours to get through, so I'm glad that we got here with like a comfortable amount of time, aren't you? Because imagine if we'd have got here just 2 hours before, we'd have been running to the gate.
Yeah, that's true.
So as I mentioned, this first leg of the journey was from Heathrow to Singapore, which takes about 13 hours. It is a long flight, but it was through the night, and we did actually manage to sleep for quite a lot of this flight, which actually was really good because it made it feel like slightly less time than it actually was. We flew with Singapore Airlines and the food was pretty okay. Like, I've definitely had worse, but yeah, like I said, didn't film too much. I slept a lot of it, and then we arrived at Singapore at about 6 p.m. their time. Oh my god, I actually look like I've died, but we've just arrived in Singapore. We've actually paid to check into a lounge because we've got 7 hours here, so we thought a lounge is just a bit more comfortable, gives us a bit more chance to like get some rest and also sit somewhere that's comfortable for 7 hours instead of like on the floor, for example. So I'll show you it because it actually looks really nice, but I've never been in this one before. I've only ever been in the lounge at Manchester, but this one's really nice actually, and you get like unlimited food and drinks. Tom's just here doing some work, which is exactly what I should be doing. He also has noise cancelling AirPods, which is a great excuse as to why he's constantly ignoring me on this entire trip. Just saying how you've not actually spoken to me since we left London because of your noise cancelling headphones.
True.
Perks of the headphones.
No, my hands aren't massive. This is a tiny Uno set.
This is the world's smallest Uno. Katie got me this as a gift. It's actually part of my Secret Santa. To kill some of the 7 hours, we've decided to have a game now. Oh, they're wrapped in cellophane.
Yeah.
How are we going to open them?
With our fingers.
Okay, good luck with that. I think this could be quite competitive, actually. What I mean by that is we'll have to play this until Tom wins it, because otherwise he won't be any fun to play with.
You won't win a game anyway. Doesn't matter.
I'm quite good at Uno, actually.
You're not. You haven't played me.
Anyway, for the last 3 hours we've both just been sat editing videos. Tom's still editing videos from Asia. I'm editing my pack with me, which should have already gone up. Definitely has already gone up. But now we're having a little break to play Uno with a not particularly nice glass of wine, but it's still a glass of wine. Guys, is it minging of me to eat this cheese and crackers set? I bought this in Heathrow a good 18 hours ago. It's not been in a fridge since then. Is that minging? Is that really gross? Am I gonna die if I eat this? I might eat it anyway and see. It is time for the second leg of the journey. We are heading Singapore to Sydney on, what's it called? Scoot Air? What's it called? Fly Scoot. What's it called?
Keeps calling it Scooter.
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 Well, that would be funnier. That would be a funny name.
It's Fly Scoot.
Fly Scoot.
But I think it's just sort of Scoot.
I think it's a carrier for Singapore Airlines, guys. It's like a budget version, and it doesn't even have tellies. And I know that sounds so like snobby, but for an 8-hour flight.
Didn't even know you're an influencer.
Shut up. I just mean I've never travelled an 8-hour flight without like in-flight entertainment before. But I don't really care.
We've got Mini Uno.
We've got Mini Uno. I've got a book on my Kindle. We've also got an episode of I'm a Celebrity downloaded to get us in the Australian spirit.
And then when we're fed up with each other, I've got noise cancelling headphones.
Tom does have noise cancelling headphones. I've also got music going on, so we're vibing. So I can't lie, we did actually start to lose our minds slightly on the second flight. As you can see, I think we've gone a little bit insane, but then I got the most exciting email. Guys, look at this. My dad back at home managed to get me Taylor Swift tickets. I was literally dying on the plane and Tom was sick of me. I did not care. I was thriving. And then once I'd come down off that high, I look out the window and I see this incredible view of the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. Honestly, this was like the best hour of my life. We've made it! Firstly, we've just touched down in Sydney.
Hello.
How smooth was airport arrivals?
We literally got through in about 30 seconds, a minute.
Like, genuinely, it was so quick.
Honestly, guys, I told Tom, I was like, last time I came through Australian immigration, it was a nightmare because it was. I'm not even joking, we didn't even speak to a single human being. We scanned our passport, it registered the visa linked to the passport, and the doors just opened and we went through. And I was like, okay, this didn't happen last time, but I'm happy about it. So that was smooth, that was amazing. Then we get to baggage and our baggage is just there on the carousel waiting for us, going round. And I was like, even better. I went thirdly. That's pure silence. I got Taylor Swift tickets. I was literally on the plane, I bought the Wi-Fi, my dad was texting me, he was like, I'm in the longest queue, I don't think I'm gonna get through. And then like 30 seconds later, no, it was actually about half an hour later, he texted me back and he was like, I've done a bad thing, I've spent a lot of money on front freaking row Taylor Swift tickets. So today is just the day that keeps on giving. I've been awake for like 36 hours, but it is the best day of my life, and I'm in Sydney. Really considerably looked better. I've been up for about 42 hours with only very broken sleep. But we have just arrived at Wake Up Sydney. This is the hostel that we are staying in for our first leg of the journey, which is actually with Welcome to Travel. So that's all going to be in another vlog. I'm not really going to intro that today just because this was kind of the traveling here vlog, the flying here vlog, but I am here to tell you that we have safely made it to Sydney. 30 hours of flight time later, including the transit. 40 hours in total since we left the house, has it been? which when you say it in hours doesn't even sound that long, but it feels long.
It isn't long.
It is. This felt longer than the last time I flew here, I think, because we had such a long layover in Singapore, to be honest. But that was probably the highlight of the whole journey. I quite enjoyed just sitting down and like having an armchair for 7 hours. I will film a little hostel tour, but that will be in my next vlog. So for now, I'm just gonna end this one here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this adventure. Tom and I are very, very excited. Right now we're very exhausted and just grateful to be somewhere where we can freshen up and lay down. But from here on out, it's gonna get very exciting. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and it's gonna be a good one, isn't it?
It's gonna be very good.
Here he is in his little bunk bed. I've just got the bottom because I was being kind. I'm up here. We are in a shared dorm for now. In fact, actually, this is a bit of a spoiler because I did say I would just tell you in the next vlog, but we're in shared dorms for like most of our trip up the coast. There's like, I think 3 private room bookings, but it's a lot cheaper to travel like this. It's also kind of more backpacker friendly to travel like this. You meet a lot more people traveling like this. But Tom and I do like to obviously vary that up a bit because we are traveling as a pair. Like if I was traveling by myself, I think the whole time I traveled in Australia last time, I only stayed in a private room once. That was just because I felt a bit ill. So yeah, we're in a shared dorm basically. Anyway, I'm ending this vlog. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. What a journey it has been.